Wolves have been causing significant problems in Romania. At this time, there's no clear explanation for why they've been attacking residential areas. In rural regions, especially at night, they focus on domestic dogs. They usually hunt in packs of 4 to 5. Are you ready to dive into the world of these fierce wolves? If so, leave a comment with the number 1. Veterinary centers in Romania are struggling with overcrowding due to a surge in emergency cases involving serious injuries. This has raised concerns among Romanians as wolves could potentially attack humans at any moment if not kept at bay by domestic dogs. To tackle these issues, hunters in Romania have started using hunting dogs to confront wolves. Prior to each hunt, local authorities ensure the dogs undergo comprehensive training. Typically, each hunting expedition involves around 10 to 15 dogs. The Romanian government oversees the hunting season, which lasts from November through March of the following year. Hunters bring their trained dogs to the designated hunting area. Once the wolves are spotted, a group of 5 to 7 dogs begins to approach them. The tension in the air rises as the situation unfolds. Meanwhile, the hunters drive their vehicles nearby to keep a close watch and ensure the safety of the hunting dogs. Hunting dogs are capable of running at speeds of up to 45 mph, enabling them to swiftly chase down their targets. They are exceptionally intelligent and skilled at handling high-risk situations, particularly when facing off with wolf packs. Would you dare to join this perilous hunt? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave the number 5. When facing off with wolves, hunting dogs use their skills and tactics to safeguard themselves and their pack. They stay alert, carefully observing the wolves' movements and work together by barking and growling to apply pressure and distract the wolves. Throughout the encounter, the dogs rely on their speed and agility to avoid direct attacks, striking back with sharp, calculated bites.
Killing!
In the harsh heart of the Carpathian Mountains, hunters encounter immense challenges. A rigorous 48-hour field training course is designed to replicate the real conditions of wolf hunting, where nighttime temperatures plummet below 15 degrees Celsius, and the terrain becomes treacherous with elevations exceeding 1,800 meters. Trainees face demanding tests such as tracking wolf tracks in the snow and hitting targets from over 1,000 meters while battling fierce winds. Only about 25% of participants successfully complete the course, with the rest eliminated for failing to meet the tough physical, technical, and adaptability requirements.
Good guy right there, baby. Still on.
With finely tuned skills, the hunt begins. The team of hunters pushes through thick forests where rugged terrain and hidden ravines pose numerous threats. The tension peaks when they catch sight of a pack of wolves moving silently through the shadows. In a flawless display of coordination, the hunters bring down 2 wolves in a breathtaking moment, marking the start of a dramatic hunting season. But the journey is far from simple. The perilous rocky landscape and harsh weather can test even the most experienced hunters. A single mistake, slipping on a cliff or missing a hidden snow pit, could result in a dangerous accident.
Go kill him.
Teamwork is the foundation of these demanding hunts. Experts advise that each hunting group should have at least 3 members to ensure safety and maximum effectiveness. In a tense moment, as the hunters cautiously approach a cave believed to be a wolf den, an unexpected sound suddenly breaks the silence. With lightning-fast reflexes, one of the hunters takes a calculated shot, bringing down the alpha wolf from a distance of 120 meters. That moment not only highlights remarkable skill, but also serves as a powerful testament to the flawless coordination and unwavering determination needed to thrive under pressure. To attract wolves, hunters use devices that produce sounds, resembling the desperate cries of rabbits or deer, sending eerie echoes through the night. In the quiet of the forest, they hold their breath, waiting in anticipation. The wolf pack, with their sharp instincts, cautiously draws near, their eyes gleaming in the darkness. A perfectly timed shot from 180 meters takes down the alpha, followed by another wolf at a closer distance. In Romania, hunting wolves from helicopters is an audacious tactic allowed only in specific regions. As they hover above, hunters face immense challenges requiring flawless precision as they track their targets through dense forests and treacherous valleys. In Romania, hunting wolves from helicopters is strictly regulated, with only 1 hunt allowed per year in designated areas like the Apuseni Mountains. This method has proven effective in reducing the wolf population in high-conflict zones, with recent reports showing a 25–35% decline in wolf numbers over 3 years in certain regions. However, the main objective is not widespread extermination, but rather selective control to maintain ecological balance, striking a careful balance between conservation efforts and the needs of local communities. Controlled wolf hunting in Romania has brought notable benefits to the farming community. Livestock farms, which were once severely affected by wolf attacks, now function with greater stability. Hunters play a key role in wildlife management, ensuring that each hunt follows strict ethical guidelines and conservation standards. Data from these hunts are carefully documented and submitted to authorities, helping track wolf populations and maintain balance within the ecosystem.
Whichever one stops. Hold on, I'm gonna find out which one stops.
After the hunt is over, wolf pelts are carefully processed. Hunters take the time to clean and preserve the pelts before sending them to trading centers in Bucharest. At auctions held by the Romanian Fur Association, wolf pelts are graded according to their color thickness and overall quality. A high-quality wolf pelt, particularly the rare silver gray variety from the Carpathian region, can fetch up to 90 euros, while lower-quality pelts are typically sold for around 20 euros. Genuine wolf fur has unique characteristics made up of 3 distinct layers: a long, glossy gray or black guard hair layer, a thick white or light gray undercoat, and a soft middle layer that effectively retains heat. These features not only make wolf fur a prized material in the fashion and crafting industries, but also highlight the wolf's exceptional ability to adapt to the harsh conditions of the Carpathian Mountains. These solutions have proven effective in managing certain invasive species. Do you think there's a better approach? If so, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support us as we bring you more content. Share this post with your friends so you can explore these ideas together. With their incredible strength and ability to disappear into any terrain, wild boars instill a chilling fear in anyone brave enough to venture into their territory. Every hunt becomes a life-or-death challenge. Do the hunters possess the courage and skill needed to outsmart the deadly traps set by these fierce creatures? The thrilling journey begins now. Comment number 1 to join us on this adrenaline-fueled hunt. Dawn breaks over the black forest with mist lingering heavily on the leaves, but the air is thick with the scent of death. The wild boars here have grown more aggressive, numerous, and destructive, unchecked and unstoppable. Today, Caleb and his hunting team are determined to change that. Their trusty UTV comes to a stop at the base of the hill. After just 15 minutes of tracking, the hound begins to bay, leading the team deeper into the woods. Caleb scales the ridge, taking the high ground. Through his scope, the scene below sharpens into deadly focus. A massive boar, easily over 500 pounds, is rummaging through the underbrush. The beast continues foraging, oblivious to the eyes watching from above. Then, without warning, it freezes, sensing something amiss. In an instant, it spins around and charges off like a bullet. That's when Caleb takes his shot. The crack of the rifle echoes through the trees. The team quickly scatters, each hunter moving to their designated position. Axel silently maneuvers along a narrow trail, keeping close to the hillside, his eyes constantly scanning the underbrush for any sign of movement or fresh tracks.
Hallettik.
Suddenly, the silence is shattered. A violent rustling and crashing sound rips through the air. From the dense thicket above, a wild boar bursts out panicked, massive, and charging straight toward them. The team, having ventured deep into the heart of the forest, is already well within the rugged terrain, carefully weaving through narrow paths and tracking every sign left on the forest floor. Mike takes the lead, his eyes sharp as he carefully maneuvers through a narrow path thick with thorny brush. Then a flicker of movement, a familiar silhouette emerges. The beast attempts to flee, but it's already too late. A sudden barrage of gunfire cuts through the quiet, sharp, and final. Another target falls, another area relieved of its destructive threat. With the danger neutralized, millions can breathe a little easier. The scene shifts to another team, this time in the unforgiving Beside Mountains. The weather here is brutal. Rain begins to pour and fierce gusts of wind signal an incoming storm. James's team knows they're racing against time. They move quickly, making the most of every precious minute before the mountains are engulfed by clouds. 10 minutes later, a signal rings through the air. James advances toward the sound, his eyes cutting through the mist below. Through the thick canopy, a massive black shape materializes. Shots echo in the icy air, sharp and controlled. The wild boar charges, thrashing desperately to break free of the kill zone. But no amount of strength or instinct can change its fate. Just seconds later, the beast collapses, another predator taken down, another piece of land reclaimed from the chaos. The wind bites sharply, cutting like a blade across their faces, but Owen Caleb's trusted friend and his team push forward into the frozen wilderness. No words are needed. Each hunter moves swiftly to their designated position, every step precise and purposeful. Owen chooses a thorn bush near the forest's edge, the perfect vantage point. It offers wide visibility while remaining concealed enough for a lethal ambush. 5 long minutes pass in the biting cold, each breath crystallizing in the frigid air. Then, without warning, a dark shape materializes from the opposite side, a wild boar foraging peacefully, oblivious to the danger lurking ahead. As it steps directly into the crosshairs, Owen squeezes the trigger. There's no time to flee. The bullet strikes with deadly precision, faster than instinct can respond. Harvest season is fast approaching and the locals are growing anxious. Every year around this time, wild boars emerge from the forest, tearing through fields and destroying crops in just a few nights. So we've decided to take action. Some prepare their rifles, while others ready packs of hunting dogs. Everyone knows the stakes. If we don't act quickly once the boars are done, all we'll be left with is the sight of our ruined crops. We gather at the edge of the forest. The moment the hounds are released, they charge forward, eagerly following the scent. They seem even more impatient than we are. When the barking reaches our ears, we know the prey has been found. Riley is stationed on a small ridge where the entire herd of wild boars was last spotted. The hounds start chasing the prey up from the base of the slope. As the barking intensifies, a thunderous shot echoes through the air, striking the boar. It thrashes violently, unwilling to surrender.
Cold.
Its stubborn resistance earns it 2 more shots, and finally it falls still on the slope. The team begins to spread out, expanding the search area. I move forward carefully, staying razor-focused. Suddenly, a wild boar appears right in front of me, only 3 meters away. Before it can react, a precise shot sends it crashing to the ground. I silently hope the rest of the encounters will be just as swift. Barking echoes from deep within the forest. Without hesitation, I raise my rifle and fire decisively. The shot silences the hounds for a brief moment, and the boar collapses in its hiding place. After hours of relentless pursuit, the dogs continue to work tirelessly, their fervor undimmed. Thanks to the dogs' relentless efforts, we soon spotted another target and brought it down with clean, efficient shots. Each successful hit provided a sense of relief, knowing that every wild boar eliminated meant one less threat to the upcoming harvest. When the forest finally grew quiet, we had to rely on GPS to locate the dogs. They were gathered at a spot on a distant slope, waiting for the next move.
Evet.
As soon as we arrived, a dark shadow materialized in our sights. Without hesitation, a sharp shot rang out. The wild boar collapsed on the spot. The golden moment lasted just a few fleeting seconds. That's why when you feel the prey nearby, you never take your finger off the trigger. As I continued scanning the area, I came across a small stream, an ideal feeding spot for wild boars. "Let's see if we can find anything here," I murmured, gripping my rifle firmly. Sure enough, just minutes later, the dog's barking erupted like an alarm. A jet-black wild boar burst forward. I was prepared. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and took the shot. The echo of the bullet rang through the forest, bringing an end to the dramatic and tense confrontation. The hunt had come to an end and everyone was worn out. But at least the upcoming harvest would face fewer threats. In Ohio, wild boars are multiplying uncontrollably. In a short period, they've spread across vast regions, destroying crops, disrupting ecosystems, and endangering entire communities. Many countries have issued warnings as these animals carry dangerous diseases that can spread to livestock and even humans. Hunters must act quickly not only to protect crops, but also to ensure public health is safeguarded. If we don't control them in time, the consequences could be catastrophic. Wild boars cause immense destruction to crops, disrupt ecosystems, and pose a serious threat to public health by carrying diseases. And the cost will be borne by farmers' local communities and wildlife conservation efforts. Wild boars are not only fast, but also skilled at hiding in forests thick with rotting leaves, making them incredibly difficult to track. The battle between hunters and wild boars is far from a simple chase. One misstep, one beat behind, and the prey can easily turn into the predator. The barking of the hunting dogs grew louder ahead, clearly having picked up the scent of a wild boar charging straight toward me. Seconds later, from a hidden corner of the forest, the boar burst out. I raised my rifle, aimed steadily, and fired. The boar dropped instantly. The sound of the gunshot rang through the forest, quickly followed by shots from other directions. My teammates had clearly encountered and brought down a few boars as well, and this was only the start. The hunt was intense. Moving into the adjacent forest, I kept my eyes peeled for fresh tracks when a dark shadow suddenly appeared darting between the trees. I quickly raised my rifle, holding steady and waiting. As the boar's entire body emerged from behind the tree, I squeezed the trigger. The wild boar collapsed instantly, never even having a chance to react. Meanwhile, in another part of the forest, my teammate Michael had tracked down another boar. As he raised his rifle to take aim, the boar charged past him. His first shot was precise, dropping the boar without hesitation, but the hunt wasn't over. Another boar suddenly burst out from behind. Michael wasted no time, reloaded, and fired once more. As I moved toward the direction of the dogs barking, two wild boars suddenly charged out of the trees, heading straight for me. There was no time to think. I raised my rifle. The first shot rang out and the boar behind me collapsed instantly. But the hunt wasn't over. We were determined to take down the remaining ones. Dark clouds began to gather overhead, signaling that the rain was on its way. We had to track the rest of the boars quickly before the downpour hit. As I followed the trail, I suddenly heard rustling in the bushes. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, ready for whatever came next. One shot and the boar collapsed, unable to escape. The rain started to fall, forcing us to turn back. If it poured any harder, getting out of the forest wouldn't be easy. As we made our way back, I heard rustling in the bushes. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and aimed. A dark shadow darted past and I fired but missed. The wild boar quickly changed direction, charging straight at me. I quickly repositioned, cutting off its path. The second shot rang out, and this time it had no chance to escape. While wild boar meat has long been a staple in the famous red wine ragout from Provence and Corsica, France, nothing beats the freshest meat hunted in the wild. That's why we ventured deep into the vast untamed forest where thrilling confrontations with wild boars awaited. Do you enjoy hunting wild boars with a rifle? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a 5. The morning in the forest was shrouded in a thin veil of mist. We moved deeper into the ancient woods, quietly spreading out to maintain visibility and be ready to support each other if needed. As soon as the dogs were released, they sprang into action, barking loudly upon catching a scent. We rushed toward their frantic calls. There it was. A single shot rang out through the forest. The boar struck collapsed onto the leaf-covered ground. But before we could even think about celebrating, another group of wild boars burst out. We continued firing, the sound of rifles echoing through the tree canopy. In less than 3 minutes, we had bagged more game than we could have ever imagined. Just as we caught our breath, a rustling sound came from the bushes ahead. "Hold on here," that I whispered, gripping my rifle tightly. We froze our eyes, fixed on the dense foliage. Suddenly, another wild boar charged out. I raised my rifle and squeezed the trigger. The bullet cut through the air and struck its target. The animal collapsed instantly, dropping on the spot. Each step crunched on dry twigs beneath our feet as if the forest itself were silently watching us. Suddenly, a noise erupted from the other side of the path. "Got it," I whispered, signaling to the team. I crouched low, carefully lining up my shot. The rifle cracked, shattering the silence. The boar flinched and then collapsed. Calm nerves and sharp skills had earned us a victory in this harsh wilderness. But deep down, I knew tougher challenges still awaited us. It was past noon when we took a brief break before continuing the hunt. In this environment, we could never afford to let our guard down. Fortunately, our hunting dogs remained ever vigilant. They picked up a scent and quickly flushed a wild boar from deep within the forest, driving it toward us. The boar had nowhere left to escape. It was forced to face the cold, powerful barrels of our rifles. We no longer moved as a large group, but split up, each of us taking a vantage point. Then, from the dense canopy, I locked eyes on my target, my finger resting lightly on the trigger. But before I could take the shot, a herd of wild boars erupted from the bushes like a storm. Acting on pure instinct, I fired immediately. After a rapid burst of shots, one boar dropped lifeless. As I made my way back to the rendezvous point, Chris was still locked in a tense standoff with the boars that had just charged out. Hunting wild boars for meat not only offers a natural source of protein, but also plays a crucial role in controlling their population and preventing crop destruction. However, we always make sure to strictly follow conservation principles and adhere to local hunting laws. These are the rules we live by on every hunt. I've hunted in many places, from the misty forests of Normandy to the vast cornfields of Iowa, but nowhere stirs as much emotion as southwestern France, especially the forests of Landes and Pyrénées-Atlantiques. Of course, hunting wild boars here isn't about sport, it's about survival. Farmers in this region are desperate as boars ravage nearly all their crops, leaving them with little hope. As the sun rose, we spread out in different directions. The hunters began driving wild boars from deep within the forest toward us. A perfect shot appeared across the field. The dog's barking blended with the sound of the alarm horn. The boar dropped after a single shot. My heart raced, not from fear, but from the rush of adrenaline and the sense of triumph. The lead boar was down, but the others scattered, disappearing into the forest. The dogs and I quickly gave chase. The boar tore through the forest, racing toward the freshly plowed field where the farmer had just prepared the ground for planting. The wild boar charged at breakneck speed, but it couldn't outrun my copper bullet. When another boar burst out, it met the same fate as its kin. Then a herd of over a dozen boars surged from the forest beside the farm. If these boars weren't eliminated, they would make it impossible for the farmer to sow seeds in this field, destroying everything in their path, including the seeds themselves. Each time a wild boar appeared, I fired decisively, aware that the local farmers were placing all their hopes in us to eliminate the threat. We pushed deeper into the forest, determined to hunt them down. The thrill and anticipation of entering their territory drove us forward, urging us to take down more boars. It didn't take long before we found them. In no time, my friends and I opened fire and the boars fell one by one. We moved to a trail and set up an ambush. The wild boars charged out of the forest and we took them down one by one, making sure none escaped. Hunting wild boars demands immense patience and unyielding determination. And this was our reward, a massive wild boar brought down through precision and perseverance. In the afternoon, we shifted our focus to the surrounding hilly areas. From experience, we knew that most wild boars take shelter in these regions, only venturing to nearby farms in search of food. Sure enough, within a few hours, several boars came into my sights. At the most advantageous and safest distance, I fired, taking down each boar one by one with precision. All the hunted wild boars were gathered in one place and loaded onto the truck. After everything was packed, we headed back to the camp to regroup. Everyone ate, drank, and chatted cheerfully, the sense of warmth and camaraderie filling the air. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please support us with a like and follow. Goodbye and see you in the next videos. The American alligator, a stealthy predator that has survived millions of years of history, becomes a lurking danger when it encroaches on human territory, triggering a battle between man and beast. Hunting isn't just about protecting property, it's a powerful lesson in the delicate balance between nature and humanity. Join us as we dive into the world of American alligator hunting, where every encounter is a thrilling, dramatic challenge and a source of inspiration. Drop a comment with the number 1 and don't blink or you'll miss the most gripping moments. The Okefenokee Swamp in Georgia, where shadows hide silent predators, is home to over 1 million American alligators. Each year, more than 250 alligator intrusions into yards, pools, and streets put residents and pets at risk. A 3-meter-long alligator has the power to take down a wild boar in an instant, showcasing the true strength and predatory nature of these formidable creatures. In 2023, a 3.5-meter alligator attacked a dog in a Savannah, Georgia backyard, emphasizing the danger when alligators encroach on human spaces. Similarly, at Reptile Adventures in Texas, trainer Sarah Thompson was bitten by an alligator during a show. A quick-thinking spectator rushed to her aid, highlighting the critical importance of wildlife safety emergency response and the precautions needed when interacting with dangerous animals to protect oneself and others. To protect themselves, residents should take essential safety measures such as avoiding feeding alligators, which causes them to lose their natural fear of humans. It's also crucial to maintain a safe distance from these creatures and install fences at least 1.5 meters high around ponds to prevent alligator intrusions and reduce the risk of encounters. Alligator hunting is not just a sport, it's a vital component of population management helping to maintain ecological balance. Georgia authorities issue over 6,000 alligator hunting permits annually to prevent population surges and reduce residential intrusions. If residents spot an alligator in their area, they should immediately contact the Georgia Department of Natural Resources for prompt assistance. Conservation doesn't mean allowing alligators to grow unchecked, but rather ensuring a safe coexistence between humans and wildlife. Legal alligator hunting in Georgia is not only an exciting adventure, but also a crucial part of population control. The official hunting season runs from September to December each year, providing licensed hunters the opportunity to help manage this powerful predator species and maintain a balanced ecosystem. To legally hunt alligators, hunters must use specialized snatch hooks to capture their prey. Once the alligator is subdued, they use .22 LR or 9mm firearms or bang sticks to deliver a quick and humane kill. Daytime alligator hunting with long guns requires patience, precision, and sharp observation skills. Alligators often bask on swamp banks or mud flats or linger in still waters, ready to dive at the first sign of danger. Hunters should use binoculars or scopes to observe from a distance, carefully identifying alligators of the appropriate size before moving into shooting position. Typically, hunters opt for rifles with calibers such as .308 Winchester, .30-06 Springfield, or .300. Win Mag paired with precise scopes to ensure a lethal and humane shot to the area behind the skull where the central nervous system is located. This ensures a quick and effective kill, minimizing the animal's suffering.
Love it. Teeth on it, huh?
The ideal shooting range is typically between 50 to 150 meters, allowing hunters to clearly observe and maintain a safe distance from their prey. When hit, an alligator may thrash for a few seconds before becoming immobile. Afterward, hunters approach cautiously and use a bang stick if necessary to ensure a complete and humane kill. If you think this hunting range is safe, leave a comment with number 2 below. If not, leave number 5.
Behind the shoulder.
In 2022, alligator hunters in Georgia removed over 6,800 large alligators, leading to a more than 25% reduction in residential intrusions compared to the previous year. In Savannah alone, emergency calls about alligators appearing in yards and pools decreased from over 350 cases to under 260, highlighting the effectiveness of controlled hunting in managing alligator populations and minimizing human-wildlife conflicts. This demonstrates that controlled hunting not only protects humans but also helps maintain ecological balance, supporting the sustainable development of Georgia's swamp ecosystems. Each hunted alligator must be reported to the Georgia Department of Natural Resources for legal registration, allowing authorities to monitor annual hunting numbers and protect the overall population. Alligators smaller than 1.5 meters are not hunted, ensuring they have a chance to grow and contribute to the ecosystem in the future. Beyond population control, alligator hunting offers practical benefits. Alligator meat is high in protein, low in fat, and can be prepared in a variety of dishes, including steaks, soups, and grilled options. Alligator hide is durable and highly attractive, making it a sought-after material for crafting high-end belts, bags, and shoes, thereby generating significant economic value. Alligator hunting is not only a challenge but also a crucial part of conservation and sustainable development, helping to manage ecosystems and natural resources. With over 1 million alligators, improper management could lead to invasions of residential areas, posing threats to both humans and ecosystems. Responsible hunting not only safeguards communities but also enhances our understanding of wildlife, their survival mechanisms, and their vital role in nature.
Manobra, manobra, manobra. No pescoço.
Knowledge of wildlife is essential for fostering a harmonious coexistence between humans and nature. Are you ready for a real challenge? If you've ever wanted to experience alligator hunting in Georgia, leave a comment and share your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more thrilling adventures.